DreamMaker, Dimitri van den Bergh. And now his opponent, he is the 2013 PDC Youth World Champion, already 3 Euro Tour victories to his name. He is the bully boy, Michael Smith. Next 2 matches is the young, the vibrant Mr. George Noble.
Well, the young and the vibrant George Noble calling this one between 2 young and vibrant players on the PDC scene. Admittedly, one's walk-on is a touch more vibrant than the other. I don't think you'll see Michael Smith busting those moves anytime soon. Perhaps for the best. But the bully boy is the senior player among these 2. A 3-time winner on the European Tour. Seeded 12th here, but ranked 11 in the world. A man from St Helens, hoping that it goes a little bit better for him than it did for his fellow St Helens thrower Stephen Bunting in the opening match of the day. Bunting getting, well, a hiding from Peter Snakebite Wright, failing to win a leg against the UK Open champion. It could be an all St Helens clash in the quarterfinals this evening, because the winner of this one faces the winner of Rob Cross and St Helens' Dave Chisnell. But nothing is guaranteed, because Dimitri van den Bergh knocked out the number 5 seed James Wade last night. James Wade, the only man in the field this weekend to have won this title before. There will be a new name on the trophy, and we've got a familiar name in the commentary box. It's Rob Malarkey.
Game on.
Yeah, both van den Bergh and Michael Smith came through their matches yesterday by way of 6-5 wins.
135.
Michael Smith had a strange encounter with Christian Kist. He won 4 of the first 5, then Kist won 4 of the next 5. We went into a decider. Smith's average was very, very high at one stage. It was
85.
Borderline 113, 114. Tailed off to 99.91 in the end, but just about scraped over the line 56. In the final leg. So a little bit of a scare towards the end of that one for Michael Smith. It looks as though he was going to be pegged back all the way by Christian Kist, but it wasn't to be. Smith is through to the
93.
Latter stages here, the final day in Gibraltar. And this is actually a rematch of a fairly recent encounter on the Pro Tour. It was van den Bergh who came out on top that day, 6-5, but it's Michael Smith who rattles in the first 180 of the match here.
Yeah, they met a couple of weeks ago in Wigan, didn't they? And Dimitri got his first win over Michael. The only other meeting they had was on the European Tour in September in Mulheim, when Michael did him 6-0. 17 scored there. One of the things with Michael Smith, it's so easy, it's so not lazy. It looks lazy, but it's not his throw. He puts effort in, but when it goes wrong, it does look like he's not trying. I can assure you he is. You can see Michael Smith spends most of the time chuntering away and beating himself up. He cares. Well, trying.
Did plenty of that in the second half of that match against Christian Kist yesterday, as he looks to the heavens for some sort of inspiration now in this first leg.
Well, he's had 2 shocking visits back-to-back there, Michael Smith, and it's just allowed Dimitri some little faint glimmer of hope, because Smith should get 2 darts for the leg. He will. And he does hit the second one of them, so he does get that first leg, but it was a little bit close for comfort.
Michael Smith, one of the European Tour champions that we talked about at the very start of today's coverage, one of 6 players in the field to have won a European Tour event before. In fact, he's won 3 of them. Never triumphed here, though. He made it to the semi-finals 3 years ago as a qualifier, where he eventually came undone at the hands of James Wade 6-2 in the last 4. Wade went on to win the trophy, of course. But a third-round casualty last year, losing to Mensur Suljovic.
100.
Van den Bergh is backed by the Belgian contingent. Ronnie Huybrechts, Kim Huybrechts, Mike De Decker, all in the crowd. Watching on in the far corner.
Yeah, all in the crowd because they've all been beaten. Otherwise they'll be in the practice room getting ready to play.
Well, at least they're putting themselves to good use by supporting the Belgian player who is still around and still involved.
Yeah, they're quite a tight-knit little group. Dimitri. Oh, lovely set-up shot from Dimitri. 171 to leave double 16. Doesn't come much better than that.
57. Dimitri, you require 32.
And it is there for a 14 darter. Dimitri is an unseeded player, had to play on the Friday as well, had a first round game against one of the Gibraltarian qualifiers, Anthony Lopez, the local copper. Hot Fuzz, his nickname. Lopez actually thrown in a couple of blind 180s and won a couple of legs, so that was as good as it got. Yeah, it was a strange one. Lopez trailed 4-1, but then missed 4 darts for a break of throw in the 7th leg to trim the gap to 4-3. Instead, it went to 5-2. That was a, looking back at the time, it seemed like a potential turning point, and as it turned out, it was. But could well have been a different story because Lopez was just threatening to challenge Van den Bergh's authority in that one. The crowd were getting on his back as well a little bit. The blind throws as well may have been starting to annoy Van den Bergh slightly as well. Yeah, Lopez was on 50 and he went for 10 tops, but he hit the 15. It completely derailed him, and from that moment on, he never really got going again. Dimitri Van den Bergh, a player with 2 titles and a semi-final appearance to his name this year on the development tour.
100.
Has had some fortune on the Pro Tour as well. Made the last 16 in Milton Keynes last month, so talked about it yesterday, this balancing act that he is performing very well indeed. Development Tour, Pro Tour, European Tour.
56.
Only 22.
Always going to be tricky after that first dart to find the treble 20 needed for a dart at bullseye. And Dimitri Van den Bergh has got an opportunity to break the throw and go into the lead here. Treble 20 for double 12. He sneaks that one in the corner. Double 6. And there it is. 15 darter for Dimitri Van den Bergh. You might well applaud yourself, Dimitri. Good darts.
Full flag Dimitri to throw first. Game on.
Well, early days, but I just recall yesterday, Van den Bergh against James Wade, he was breathing big sighs of relief, breathing very heavily as he inched towards the finishing line in that one. He knew he was on the verge of a very big win against a former champion here. And there were just 1 or 2 question marks about his mental strength, but he came through in the end. I think we'll see that once again in evidence here if he does start to get closer to the all-important 6th leg. Early days though yet, still work to do. Michael Smith very capable of getting back on track here.
Dimitri in a very similar position to Darren Johnson in terms of his Euro Tour record. He'd competed on the Euro Tour before the start of this year, but had never made the final day until this year. He did that
125
in Saarbrücken, but he's never made a quarter-final. Now, Darren Johnson has gone and made his first quarter-final.
100.
Tour. Can Dimitri Van den Bergh join him in the last 8? At the moment, he's in a decent position. But Michael Smith has been playing some very good darts. After a horrible year last year, he has come back into form at the start of this year and has come very, very close to winning more titles. In fact, he's missed darts for a floor title against Peter Wright. He ended up losing in the final and deciding leg.
Between 122.
1-2-2 plays 104. A little bit trickier for Dimitri van den Bergh, but he should get a dart at least the bullseye. It is the bullseye he wants. And he's unable to pin it. Michael Smith, one treble gets him a dart at a double. And he's got that treble. But he can't find the double.
Dimitri, you require 25.
And again, he looks to the skies, as if to say, how did that happen? But he's in danger of finding himself 3-1 down here.
Is that the 14?
I think it is, you know.
Double 4.
21.
Careless first dart.
You require 40.
Problem of his own making, that Dimitri van den Bergh.
Cost himself a dart at a double there. Well, Michael Smith punishes van den Bergh with his final dart in hand, right in the corner of the double 5 bed, and we are level once again at 2 apiece. And van den Bergh, well, he simply has to put that one behind him. Can't afford to dwell on that too much longer.
Well, he was in a real battle with James Wade. Both of those guys were averaging around about the 100 mark right the way through that match. In the end, it just dipped a little bit for both of them towards the closing stages. Got a little bit nervy. Both players missing doubles. Dimitri finished with an average just over 95. Had to survive a couple of match darts.
100.
And it is quite something to win a deciding leg game against anybody on a big stage, but to do it against James Wade, who has a habit of finding enough at the right times, and Dimitri just didn't really give him much of an option in the deciding leg.
Well, that was Wade's third 6-5 defeat of the year on the European Tour. Darren Johnson inflicted one of them as well, of course, as van den Bergh rattles in a ton 80, but it's left him
140
on a bogey number here. But still, just giving himself a shot in the arm with Smith on 43, but all he can do here is
39.
make slender inroads. This should be Smith's leg. And it is Smith's leg. 2-1 down, leads 3-2. Michael Smith, a player, by the way, who is feeling the pinch as far as the new regulations are concerned, as the PDC's new regulations on seeded players falling at the first hurdle in Europe are concerned. 3 second-round defeats so far this year for Michael Smith on the Euro Tour. But he has had his highs in 2017 so far, as Dan mentioned.
Yeah, he's been a threat. Semi-final in Wigan a couple of weeks back. That was the day after losing to Dimitri in the second round. He's had a number of quarter-final appearances, another semi-final at the UK Open qualifiers, as well as that final where he missed darts for the title against Peter Wright. So he does believe that he's playing his way back into form. I mean, I was told yesterday, ahead of his match against Christian Kist, on the practice board, I mean, Michael Smith, he must have hit 3180. Stephen Bunting, I think, was practicing with him and said he was just unreal on the practice board. And he is a huge practicer, Michael Smith. 57. Going to do hours a day. And even when he was struggling right the way through last year, he said, just come and watch me on the practice board. I will show you. It's still there. It's just, just don't have the confidence when I get up on stage. And
100.
You just get the feeling that if he does go and have a good weekend or a good day where he goes and wins something, that confidence comes back, then we will see Michael Smith, as he was a couple of years ago on the European Tour, where he won 3 titles within 12 months, and 2 of them he beat Michael van Gerwen in the final. Played superbly as Dimitri van den Bergh looks at double 18 and pins it for a 14-darter. It's 3 apiece.
Yeah, Michael Smith, he made just 1 quarter-final appearance on the Players' Championship circuit last year. But he's by far and away bettered that already.
Well, he was going through a horrible stage. He was going out in first and second rounds. He was finding it impossible to win his board. And he knew it, and he just couldn't figure out how. He just carried on practicing, hoping something would change, and it just wasn't.
And he still had a smattering of first-round exits this year as well, but he has tallied it up with some more productive stuff elsewhere as well. So,
yeah, well, he had a bad weekend in Milton Keynes and went out in the first round on both days, and we're back in Milton Keynes next weekend, so he's probably not relishing that. But
58.
Michael Smith is still despite that horrible year last year, number 11 in the world.
134.
And he's still only 26 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
People seem to lose sight of that sometimes.
139. $140, Dimitri, 167.
Decent standard this from these two.
It is. Bergh could just raise the standard slightly here if he can find this 167, but he can't. So Smith will return looking at 71 here to re-establish his lead. Topsy once.
51.
And that has just opened the door for Dimitri Bergh here.
A real chance. There's about 9 points in the averages. Dimitri averaging 97, Michael Smith only 88. And if there's a break of throw here for Dimitri Bergh by taking out this 76. Interesting decision to try and leave double 18.
Big breath.
40. Michael, you required 20.
And a big sigh of relief for Michael Smith, but he still has to find double 10, and he takes it out with the second dart in hand. He looks frustrated here, Michael Smith. He knows he's having to work hard for his lead, but he has got the advantage, and that's the all-important thing. No gimmies at this stage of the tournament anywhere.
Oh, certainly not with Dimitri.
140.
Player on the up. And we talked about the confidence being a big thing for Michael Smith. He's 26, as you say. He's too old for the development tour, even if he wasn't ranked so high he couldn't play on his anyway. But Dimitri's still playing development tour, and he's won 8 development tour titles, including a couple this year. He's playing in tournaments where he's going all the way and being the best player on the day. And when you've got that, that's going to give you a boost going into the proper senior titles, as Michael Smith fires in just his second 180 of this game. And for a big scorer like Michael Smith, 2 180s in just 7.5 legs is not a great return. But you might have just found one which turns the match in his favour at a crucial moment.
Yes, he has the advantage here. He's stolen the darts.
105.
And he's taken, well, 76 away. So he's taken another big step towards this 8th leg.
138. Michael, you've got 76.
Only one dart, a double top. And he's
56.
unable to find it again. You can see Michael Smith, he's absolutely livid with himself.
68.
He is. He's done that 2 or 3 times today. When he's winning legs, but he's working hard for his legs, and it could be much easier, and he's lost that particular leg anyway. And Michael Smith will be kicking himself right now. He's been inconvenienced there.
140.
Get him was the shout from the crowd, and that's exactly what Michael Smith will be saying to himself inside as well.
Well, there's still 7 or 8 points difference in the averages, and Dimitri Bergh is looking better just purely on the stats. But in terms of the legs,
100.
and that's the only stat that really matters, it's 4 apiece, and Dimitri has to find a break of throw. And time is running out, and Michael Smith is finding that treble bed with a bit more regularity. That is 2 180s in 2 legs for the bully boy. But he kicked off 140, 180 in the last leg and was unable to get over the line. And Dimitri fires one back at him.
And he just can't shake him off, can he, Michael Smith?
100.
Well, down to a finish first, as he would expect, or as he would hope on his throw. But if Bergh can just, well, he needed 2 trebles there, you feel, just to get himself back in the hunt. Might not be enough.
12 for ball. Double 13. And there it is, a 12-dart leg for Michael Smith. The bully boy showing his class when he really, really needed to. It has not been vintage stuff. This is not the stuff that won Michael Smith 3 Euro Tour titles. But
140.
you have to say that being able to win games when you're not playing well and finding just enough when you need it, that is a very admirable quality. And Michael Smith may be doing just that. It is not over yet, though.
Yeah, shades of Christian Kiss yesterday here for Michael Smith. That might actually stand him in good stead in many ways.
100.
Won't want the agony of a final leg, but it may well be the case for him.
Well, Dimitri is now averaging just over 100, but he is in danger. Not even being able to take it to a deciding leg. This will be a big help. It's down to a 121. He was on that in the last leg and never got a go at it. He will get a go at it in this leg, of course.
31.
And that's no real pressure at all from Michael Smith. So Dimitri doesn't even have to use the bull route. And I think Dimitri would take the pragmatic decision just to set it up. Yes, he did. If he wanted the bull, he'd have had to go for treble 17. In the end, he's made a bit of a mess of it anyway.
And he's down to 81 now. Smith took out 81 in the 9th leg.
140.
Vandenberg's on 81
Dimitri
here.
require 81.
At 19th. Well, it will be the bull this time. Ooh, long way off.
36.
Michael Smith, now, what's the route? 20s? Another one of those. Bull.
65.
It's closer, but it's not close enough. Michael Smith misses a match dart at the bullseye. And Dimitri Vandenbergh will get 2 darts to take this all the way to a deciding leg.
Looking at 13s. Yes, he is. Just big breath from Dimitri Vandenbergh here. Big moments in this match. And he takes that big moment. And he ensures an 11th and deciding leg. Both players had 11 legs yesterday. Both players come through. But both players will not come through this one. Will it be Vandenbergh or will it be Michael Smith? Michael Smith with a good start on 140 just to set the tone here.
Michael Smith put in a very impressive leg whilst under pressure from Christian Kiss yesterday, and he got over the line. Dimitri Vandenbergh managed to get over the line against James Wade, but he had already survived match darts in the penultimate leg from the machine. It's 140 for both men to kick off. Smith struggling. Could be a fatal mistake.
Well, the incentive, the onus now is on Dimitri Vandenbergh to punish Michael Smith. That's a lovely first start.
85.
Well, it could have been better. Michael Smith has got away with that one to some extent.
Another low first dart, and he's followed
94.
it. Michael Smith, his average is 93 at the minute. He's averaging 32 with his second and third dart, but only 28 with his first one. And that first one is so important for Michael Smith as a very quick thrower. Get it in the right place, he can just follow it. You've seen how quickly he throws his darts. Can he just get that first dart right? That's right. And again. And again. It's so much easier when you get that first dart right.
Brutal illustration there for Dimitri Vandenbergh of that point, Dan. Vandenbergh playing catch-up here. Needs to land a big punch.
96.
That gets him down to 80. Will he get a go at it? Tops. And Michael Smith does get over the line. It's a 14-dart leg. Once again, the bully boy, under massive pressure, produces a strong final leg. What a maximum that was from Michael Smith to set the match shot up. He takes out 44. He's into the quarter-finals. His dream of a 4th Euro Tour title is still alive.